you gorgeous people of the interwebs, I hope you're having a fan-dabby-dozy day today. Today I am going to be sharing with you my 10th wedding anniversary gift from my husband, the lion. I am wearing my Fury blouse, floral blouse. I have this in a dress as well. I wore it to a wedding last August, but I wore this blouse on our anniversary dinner night out, so I thought I'd wear it for this video as well. The Lion and I went to London to celebrate our 10th wedding anniversary. I vlogged a fair part of it. Yeah, I did vlog a fair part of it, and I've got vlogs 1 and 2. They'll be linked down below in the description. We had an amazing time. It was the bougiest of all the bougie anniversaries we have had. Incredible, just incredible. I wasn't expecting to hit the shops while we were there because it was all about our anniversary, but the Lion suggested that maybe we should go around and have a little look around the shops. So we went to Selfridges and we went to Bond Street. We picked something up in Longchamp for a friend, and yes, I did buy a couple of things from Hermes, but that will be another video, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, what did I get the Lion, and what did the Lion get for me for our 10th wedding anniversary? Now, technically, our 10th wedding anniversary is tin. We try and stick within the general realms of what the traditional, you know, thing is. So tin. So I bought the Lion 2 gifts. He had something in mind that he wanted that was very difficult to find and very difficult to track down, something that he could wear all the time, and that is a necklace with a padlock on it. So the necklace chain is being held together by the loop on the padlock. Found that very difficult to track down, but I did find one, and he does really like it, but it is a little bit on the small side. It's not as big as he wanted, but he went off and had a look afterwards and realised actually there's not that much, you know, out there that you can find. I tried to get him into a Tiffany double padlock, but he eschews the luxury. He leaves the luxury for me to play with. So I bought him that necklace. I also got him a little, it's a silly little thing. It's like a little paperweight. It's a little rock, and it says, "You are my rock." 10th anniversary or 10 years stamped into it. And what it is, it's a pebble that was taken from some sort of beach. When they chose the perfect pebble, they made a cast of it, and then they can fill it full of tin, and I don't know if they do other materials. So I bought those 2 things for the Lion, and the Lion had started making murmurings last year about what to do for our 10th wedding anniversary this year. And we were going to go to Vegas because our original plan for getting married was to run away and do it in Vegas. But we ended up with a sort of small wedding, 40 people maximum, in the UK instead. So we always thought for our 10th anniversary we would go and renew our vows in Vegas and do the full Elvis, Marilyn Monroe kind of, you know, the full Little White Chapel kind of thing. But the house had other plans for us with the replacement floor, which is happening next week. We didn't have a timeline for it at the time, so we couldn't really book anything around it, but also it's expensive. It's expensive doing big renovation things to the house, so yay us! But that also kind of just took up the free money that we had. Damn, I wish money was free. Hence us not going to Vegas and going to London for a bougie couple of days instead. But the planning that did start last year was the Lion saying, I think it's time for you to have an eternity ring. Da, da, da. We were never going to have an eternity ring. When we talked about getting married in the first instance, it was engagement ring, it was wedding ring. We weren't going to be having children together, so there was never going to be that kind of on the birth of your first child eternity ring. So when I chose my wedding band, I chose something very plain and quite chunky. My engagement ring is also quite chunky, and the engagement ring was a bit of a fluke that we got that, but I'll go into that in a bit more detail shortly. But I also wanted to be able to wear a wedding band just on its own, just You know, if we were going somewhere and I didn't want my engagement ring on or anything like that, I wanted my wedding band to be big enough and strong enough to hold on to its own, you know, to hold its own on its own. It would still be there, but it would be very plain. I had a couple of options for eternity rings. One of them was a channel set diamond half eternity ring, and it was a mix of brilliant and baguette cut. So it was brilliant baguette, brilliant baguette, brilliant baguette cut diamonds set into this sort of channel set. But the channel set, I've already got a lot of metal going on here because my wedding band is really chunky and because my engagement ring is really chunky. So I didn't really want more metal on there, but I did like the idea of having some more diamonds added to the stack. So without further ado, because this has been a little bit rambly already, I give to you my beautiful sparkly, I haven't got direct sunlight coming on the ring at the moment, so you're not going to see much of a sparkle. It is a 1/3 of a carat, and I chose that specifically. It is a half eternity. It is a light claw setting, so she may be weeny, but when the sunlight hits, when the light hits right, she's like a little band of disco balls. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. The band is platinum and the other rings are white gold, 18 karat white gold. If you are new to my channel, then hiya, I am Gwenny and I love luxury in all of its glorious forms, including diamond rings. And if you love luxury in all of its glorious forms, get down there, hit subscribe and ring my bell so you don't miss out on any of my luxury based shenanigans. Show the videos you enjoy the That's not happening today. Thumbs up, love, and give them a like. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Let's go through them. Engagement ring. This is 1.84 carats over 3 diamonds. It is a claw set. You can see that it's raised slightly. It's not a massively high setting. I'm not a fan of massively high setting, but it does occasionally get caught when I'm trying to put my hands in my pockets. We picked my engagement ring up from a family friend who owned a jeweller's in Bristol. The jeweller's was called Parsons, and it was reportedly the oldest jeweller in the UK, opening in 1710. He actually closed up shop. There was no one that wanted to take it over from him, and he was heading towards retirement, so he sadly closed up the shop. That did work in our favour because he said anything you want, half price. And while this was originally out of reach, out of budget, it became in budget. So we bought the ring before we always knew we were going to get married, but we bought the ring before there was any official kind of engagement. It is quite chunky. It's just under 4mm wide, the band at the top, and at the bottom it's 3mm wide. My wedding band is just a solid comfort fit, so it's slightly curved on the inside band, and it's slightly curved on top, and the sides are slightly flattened, which means it sits really nicely against my engagement ring. I didn't want it to be diamond encrusted or anything like that. I wanted it to be simple and plain. Eternity ring. I went for this one specifically because these two rings are massive. I've got really quite small fingers. My ring sizes for these two, my engagement and my wedding band, are about a J, which I think is a size 4.5. I was I.5 when I got the wedding band. I'll find a conversion, international sizing chart conversion, and put it on the screen. Quite little fingers, not a huge amount of real estate. If I went for something big and chunky like the other two, 4mm wide, I wouldn't be able to bend my fingers at all. So I think the eternity band is about 1.3 wide, and I think it sits really, really beautifully. Now I went for a size K in this because as I'm going through the perimenopause and stuff, my knuckles are swelling up a little bit, and it's harder to take rings off and put them on. I used to take my engagement ring off every night before bed and put it on in the morning, but then as my knuckles were starting to swell up, I found I wore it less and less because it was difficult to put it on in the morning and it was difficult to take it off at night. I put it on to go to New York last August to meet up with the handbag tribe with the lion, and I haven't taken it off since. I have taken it off obviously to be able to put this ring on, but that's pretty much the only time I've taken this ring off. So anything that was being added to the stack was going to stay there. I did consider reworking my engagement ring and my wedding band into something maybe a bit thicker, so it's just one big ring with the diamonds set into it, maybe a few more diamonds added to it, and just wear one big ring. My stepmom did something very similar with her wedding stack and it came out absolutely beautifully, and it is an incredible ring, an incredible design. But I didn't want to check. I wanted to keep the OGs. These are the rings, engagement and marriage. These are the rings that did those things. I wanted to keep them the same. I didn't want to change them. So I wanted to be able to add to them. I think this looks really beautiful. It's really subtle. I didn't want the eternity ring right up against the engagement ring because I think it would look a little bit lost against the diamonds. It would fight with the diamonds in the engagement ring. So I think this was the right choice. And it also, because it is nice and slender and small, there's also room for another one. I mean, I'm just saying, there's room for another one. I could wear it on the other side of the wedding band, and then if I did ever take my engagement ring off, I would have a little row of diamonds, my plain wedding band, and a little row of diamonds, all very low profile. Because Parsons closed, there was no opportunity to continue the wedding stack and buy more from them. So I got the wedding band from Pravins, which is an independent jeweller that I found in Reading. Happily quite close to where we lived, so I was in there quite a bit and developed quite a good relationship with some of the client advisors there. Have a cheeky little glass of bubbly with them as I was looking through their stuff, and so I wanted to be able to get my eternity ring from the same place, and I do really rate the brand. An independent jeweller. You can check them out online and I will have them linked in the description, but there are only 2 physical stores, one in Reading and one in Cardiff. Now we ordered it online because we are no longer in Reading and we weren't able to go into store to have a look at anything. StyledByGwenny here. I was having a flick through some old photos to see if I had some interior photos of the Pravins boutique, and discovered that I actually tried this exact ring on in August 2019. It was meant to be. So it was ordered online and it was delivered pretty quickly. They have got a list of their sizes online, and this one's actually a size K, so it's one up from my other rings, or a couple of sizes up if you count half sizes, and that is because I needed it to be able to sit further up and for ease of getting it on and off, as my knuckles have decided that they are going to swell up and get a little bit stiff. So we ordered it online, it arrived and it was packaged really beautifully, and I completely failed to take a picture of the packaging, but I will take one of their pictures on their website of the packaging and show you that. So their packaging, it came prettier than this. It was wrapped up in a lovely bit of shimmery wrapping paper and held together with this beautiful ribbon. Look at the colour of that. Isn't it a beautiful ribbon with Pravins all over it? I love it when gifts are wrapped and the paper is the thing that's the ribbon is the thing that's holding the paper on, rather than loads and loads of sellotape. I just think it's really, it just makes me think, oh, that's sophisticated. So it came in this box with the paper and a lovely bow. In this kind of cardboardy outer box, we have a little flip down bit here, and then the actual jewellery box can slide out, and then this is the box with matching sort of purple from the ribbon on the lining. Really beautiful. Just great packaging. So there you go. The eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed this in day 2 of the vlog, when I was sort of playing with my face, showing my earrings. Oh, forgot to put my earrings in again. When we were at lunch and yeah, at dinner. Maybe you did spot it. Let me know your thoughts on the new addition to my wedding stack. Do you have an eternity ring? Are you on the cards for receiving an eternity ring? Let me know your thoughts. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the Hermes unboxing. And until I see you for that Hermes unboxing, yes you, boop, please stay safe, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, stay fan-dabby-dozy, and bye-bye.